What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look, we want to bounce off um, what I want to call success stories. Stories of how, well, not necessarily stories of just tips and possibly stories of how you made it through rough times in your life, the toughest times in your life. A lot of y'all, most of y'all are standing here sitting there listening to your big brother, and there are things that you have encountered and went through in your life that in the moment it was pretty tough, but you got through it. Now you're on the other side of it, and you have become a lot wiser and a lot stronger just due to the fact that you went through it. Whether it's self imposed or somebody else did it and you had no control over it, regardless of the situation, if you made it through it, you deserve to be commended. So here's the deal, making it through a tough situation comes with a few components. One of the first components is just acknowledging that, man, all right, all right, I'm in a situation right now. You gotta accept it. You gotta own the fact that you're in it, regardless of how you got in it. Number two, it's not about crying and whining and complaining about it all the time. It's about springing into action, springing into action to figure out the solution to the problem. You got to figure it out. You know, you wasting time balled up in the knot, crying and worrying and getting weak behind it. You wasting time doing that. Once you, as I said in the first step, once you acknowledge that it is what it is, you got to start trying to put together a plan and a formula to figure it out. The third part would be accountability. And accountability comes with, it's different from the acknowledgement of the problem. Accountability comes with, okay, what was my role in it? What did I do? You know, and whatever it is I did to cause, contribute to the problem, I got to accept and take accountability for that. I got to take responsibility for that and be like, all right, that was on me. Flush your soul of that. Don't be in denial in terms of your role in your own problem. Because most of the time we are heavily responsible for our own situation. Most of the time, like I said earlier, there are times where people will do things to you that you had no control over. But most of the time, it was you. It was us. You know. Now, once you get past those three steps, and I'm going. This step is the big step, man. You gotta have prayer, man. You gotta pray and work your way through it. As you working your way through it, you gotta be praying your way through it. The Most High know that we mess up. The Most High knows that things happen and we go through problems and struggles. Um, but it's not for us to just abandon what we believe or what we claim is the solution to all the problems anyway. See, because we will be happy and we go to church and we go to the mosque and we go to our places of worship and or we worship at home, however we do it, to our creator. Um, we tend to, in some cases, mainly gravitate towards the most high when things are going good. When things are going good. Now, if it's something lightweight, we'll put one in the air, and I ain't talking about no weed smoke. We'll put a prayer in the air, and but when it really gets bad, there are some of us who just totally abandon God and feel like, oh man, because in some cases we'll blame God for what we're going through. Can't make that mistake. Because again, like I say, it's typically your fault. We got free will. So be careful on that one. But you gotta pray, man, and you gotta work your way through it as you saying your prayers, man. And last but not least, but it's connected to the accountability side, but it's two different things, and you hold yourself accountable and take your part in it, but also don't place blame. Don't try to find other people to blame for what you're going through. You know, even if there were situations where people may, just like I said, you contributed to your own situation, other people may have as well. You ain't got time to play the blame game right now. No time to do that. You got to be concentrating on figuring out the problem, like I said. So when we blame, it makes us weak. See, it was him. It was her. See, if he wouldn't have, if he wouldn't, he always, she always. When you start doing that, you revert back to childhood. That's what children do. You know, if there's a role that somebody played and you acknowledge that role, okay, that's fine. But don't spend your time whining and blaming. And when you get on the other side, that's the last part. I'm sorry, this is the last part. The last part is visualizing yourself being on the other side. Man, I'm gonna get through this. That's the mentality that you gotta have. I'm gonna get through this. You know, this is not gonna be me forever. And once you get to that part in your mind and lock these things in your mind, it makes it a lot easier to get through the problem, man. It ain't nobody that's listening to my voice right now that either is not that's not going through something or haven't been through something rough. So, and if you are, then you ain't lived enough. It's coming. So take these steps into account, man. This is how some of the ways that you get through the rough times and the rough moments in your life. And y'all leave y'all's below. If there's anything I forgot, y'all leave them down in the comment section and let us know, man. All right, it's your big brother K-Rino. All right, man. Peace.